Hey, great day, everybody. Great day, great day. How's everybody doing? Of course, I am Dr. Marion, Sister of Four, and I'm here tonight just to talk to you a little bit and welcome you out to the Thursday Thought. Tonight, we're doing things a little differently. As you know, we are here every Thursday night. My company is called Exponential Existence. We assist men and women and be able to repurpose and reclaim their holistic prosperity by having reciprocally rewarding relationships, as well as understanding the power of thought and inner healing. That's what we do here at Exponential Existence. So we're going to be here every Thursday broadcasting. You can find me on all social media as Exponential Existence or as Dr. Marion, Sister Afua. Thanks again for joining me here on tonight for the Thursday Night Thought. So let me tell you what this call is about. It really is about us having an opportunity to talk about some things that raise our thought consciousness. And thought consciousness is a real thing because thought consciousness means you are aware of what you're thinking and why you're thinking it. And that means that you can control, how about this? You can control what you think once you become aware of it, right? Does it mean you're never going to have a thought that pops in your mind that is not what you desire? Of course not. But what it means is that you can begin to look specifically at what it is you're doing, why you're doing it, and get to the root of it, and then repurpose, reframe, and rewrite. One of my favorite people says we must rewrite, we must no longer bear witness to a language that can no longer hold our reality, that is no longer true in our reality. Right. So that's Paul Robeson. And what he's really saying is that so often we use languages and we have beliefs and we have ideologies that prevent us from fully being able to be the greatness that we are, that prevent us from being able to excel in an area that we definitely should be knowing because we're getting the vision. So let me pause and back up for a second. I'm talking mindset right now. I'm talking about the thoughts that we have in our mind every day, right? And the way that our thoughts function is that our thoughts are going to predict, influence, impact how well we achieve our goals, our results, what type of practices and habits that we have. So we want to begin to think differently in all situations, circumstances, and conditions. Because what they are, those conditions are not, usually 90% of the time, they're not created by us. They're created by someone responding to to what they believe is stimuli. Everything is stimuli. This broadcast is stimuli to you. It's causing you to tune in because it's YouTube and there's someone talking. And so there's a part of you that is tuned in. That's a reaction. So that creates a condition by which we share information. So my conversation tonight is simply about that. The power of thought, how your words no longer can bear the weight of your reality. If you are striving to have a relationship with someone that is reciprocating and rewarding, then you yourself cannot be putting forth energy or accepting conversations that are not about equitable, reciprocal, rewarding relationships. If you're wanting to revamp the way your body structure is, physical body structure is, that means you have to begin to think, see, and flood yourself and your mind, your eyes, because they're the portal, and they're going to allow you to begin to look and see for things that confirm and affirm what your desire is. It's not about whether or not you like the gym or not. It's about, are you disciplined enough? This lack of discipline is a result of having subconscious beliefs and fears and conversations that are not beneficial to us. Okay, that are not beneficial to us. So now this conversation tonight with this foundational information about the power of thought and how we can begin to manifest and reframe and refocus our energy in such a way to be able to get things done. Y'all with me or y'all with me? Right? I don't know about you, but are you tired of feeling like you're just constantly in a treadmill? Because that was my motivation. I just felt like Every time I moved, I was just moving in the same spot. I could see things around me changing, but they seemed far off. They made me feel like maybe the things that I was thinking about or the things I was believing for were never going to come because I was just in a treadmill of a treadmill. Because what I was doing was I agreed to have the thought and to accept the thought and begin to recognize the possibility of that thought becoming a reality. But what I forgot was that I needed to change some behaviors. I needed to change some conversations. I needed to change some environments. And so once I began to do that, y'all, that's when I really was like, yeah, I got to share this with everybody. Like, this is how it goes. That's when I got the house exactly the way I wanted to be. That's when I got the relationship just like I wanted to be. That's when my health made an improvement, had a major improvement. That's when you begin to have better relationships with people and less drama and less chaos, right? So, with that being said, you want to begin to live introspectively, but also in alignment with the thoughts and beliefs and practices that you have. And that comes from what I'm talking about tonight on the Thursday Thought, which is the power of listening. Listening seems very easy. You say, you're listening, but did you hear me? I want you to listen from the inside out, not from the outside in. Because if you listen from what society and what the images are and our past experiences and our memories are, we're going to miss out on the powerful, powerful manifestation of what it is we desire. What is it that you desire right now? Stop, pause, and think about that. What are you desiring right now? See, all this crap. See, I am a transformational healer. I'm an alchemist. I get it. But at the same time, you got to be on your shit. Period. There's no turning back. And I know there's people want to, oh, well, I want her to be foo fairy and all that. That is a part of it. Of course, that's my personality. But there comes a time when you have to take a stance and you have to say that right now, in this moment, I want to begin to do things differently. I have found some successes. All of us have had successes. Of course, you can say that. I found successes, Marion. I have successes. I'm good financially, or I have a good relationship, or my physical body is right, or my spiritual relationship is fine. My emotional mental status is fine. Okay, if that's how you believe that everything is fine, then why are you off balance? So that comes from listening from within, is where that harmonic existence, right? Harmonic existence that allows you to listen intently from what's coming from within to share with you what to do outside. We have been taught to ignore this inner innate information awaiting manifestation. This innate information awaiting manifestation. That's what I got when it said to how do you begin to change? How do I stop being on this treadmill that had me making money, but then not keeping it, that had me in relationships, but they weren't productive and reciprocal, being in emotional, overly emotional, angry, sad, depressed, whatever term, whatever, myriad of emotions we could experience, we're experiencing it, right? And then we start talking about the spirituality, start questioning what your faith is, what you believe. Is there some type of penance that you're paying, right? That's a term people use a lot of. Or is there something that has to happen? Is my physical body breaking down because I'm getting old, or is right? Not taking responsibility. So to be an active listener to you, the power of listening to you, the within, that which is innately within you, is information that's awaiting for you to allow it to upload. If that's how it's going to be, then that's what we need to move to. Yes or yes. I mean, is it just me that sits here and think about it? Because I'm saying to myself, I looked at myself, kept plateauing the same amount. I know how to make $1 million, 322 days out the year, you make 2790, $2,790 a day. Or if you want to make half a million, just make 322 times 20, right? You pace that out. 2,700 days or 28 days, 2,800 days, which that's years. But we don't have time to wait for years, and we have the action right now. So let me show you a method that you can do to start listening. The first thing is that you've heard this before, it's nothing new. You want to wake up in the morning time and you want to have a clear system of waking up and contributing to this world and accepting your position in this world. And I'm going to say that again. You want to wake up with the knowing that you are accepting and ready to implement your contributions to this world. It has nothing to do with anything except for your choice to do it every day. Your choice to do it every day. And that means waking up, listening to your body, thanking your body with gratitude, thanking your innate spirit. Thank you, universe, God, creator, source, light, whatever it is. You want to take that time out to be have gratitude. And then after you realize that your family members or your loved ones are actively able to awake and active and vibrant to could make a contribution, take a moment to be gratitude, to have gratitude for that as well. And then once you move from that state of gratitude, just begin to give yourself at least a minute or two and begin to hear, what is my mission for today? What is my mission for today to bring me closer to the fulfillment of my contribution, AKA, y'all know, the original assignment. The assignment that has nothing to do with the people that you were connected to. Nothing to do with your job, nothing to do, no, it's not. Most of the time it's not, because we usually take jobs based upon convenience and comfort. But your purpose and your calling is something that you want to begin to activate. And you do that by listening to within. So that's our morning step. Then you want to, even if you're in the shower, you want to turn on something that has a higher frequency of vibration, something that's going to keep you awake, keep you alive, keep you motivated, remind you. Maybe you take a moment. For me, I shower first. I exercise and then I shower. And then I'll journal. Because when I'm in the shower, sometimes I get uploads from within that tell me things, and then I need to write them down. And so then I begin to set my goals and my tasks and my targets for the day. You're listening to the Thursday Night Thought Session. I am Dr. Marion, Sister Afua of Exponential Existence. We are a personal development company that focuses on helping men and women to repurpose and realign their thoughts, their behaviors, and their beliefs into a system that allows them to have a lifestyle of holistic prosperity. That's what we do. Because holistic prosperity means there's a balance, and that in every aspect of your life, there is abundance and there is prosperity. We got to stop thinking that prosperity is just right now in the moment. Prosperity is everywhere. I went to 10X with my mentor, Grant Cardone, and yes, I paid him to be my mentor. I did the group, and then I decided I wanted to work with him one to one because I like the way that he handles information and keeps you accountable and gives you directions and guidance that are very straightforward, right? So I was at the 10X conference this year, and he came out on the second day through the audience. He started at the balcony and he walked his way down. He had these images on the stage about had these masks in, and you weren't aware if they were him or not. And then he just came out. He said, "You got to be everywhere. You got to take your position. You got to know who you are. You got to be willing to be everywhere at all times. You got to be willing to be omnipresent." Because that is an attribute of us, because we are connected to the omnipresence, whatever you call it, whoever you identify it as, the omnipresence being always present in oneness. And once we begin to hold on to that identity, that truth, that knowing, then that's when we can begin to tap into some greater parts of who we are. 2020 is about foundation and organization. If you're not on that, you're going to get left behind. I didn't say you weren't going to keep moving. It just means you just stay in that little pattern, that holding pattern a little longer. So let's go back. Be everywhere at all times, omnipresent, listen to the within, wake up with gratitude, create a system that works for you, whether that's getting out of bed, laying there for 2 minutes, having some reflections to hear what is it within telling you. Then you begin to start your process of movement and taking a shower and journaling, writing down your goals and targets for the day. That's important. Write it down and ask yourself, like, what's going to do? Begin to speak positively to yourself. Remind yourself of the greatness that is within you. Remind yourself and listen to how you feel. Feel how you feel. Listen and feel how you feel when you begin to read these things aloud and say, hey, I am so happy and I'm so grateful for the increasing increments of income that come from multiple streams every day, minimally in $100 or more. I am so grateful and I'm so happy for this day that my body is able to feel. I'm able to move my body. I'm able to drink my water. I'm able to stretch my body. Thank you, body. I apologize, body, for not working. Like that's the process. You got to be committed to this thing. Floyd Mayweather was also one of the interviews at the event, and one of the things he said was, you know, when the average person is sleeping, I'm up training. When the average person is sleep, I'm not sleep, right? Because I would rather get it in beforehand and then use it. And then he said the same thing. We're looking for business. So like, there's so much that we got from that. So I'm inviting you to listen more. Listen and see what you hear from the within. What direction your business is stifling or stagnant, then you want to ask yourself, what's happening that my business is stagnant? If you are looking at yourself and saying, why do I keep repeating the same patterns in my personal relationships and social relationships? Then you want to take an inward listen to yourself. Otherwise, there's no comeback, right? There's no comeback. There's no resolvement. And then you got things lingering. And when shit is lingering, then it gets in your way and it clouds your vision, and you can't see 2 feet in front of you without a lens, because you need to be pulled into your greatness. You need to be scaffolded in and supported in your greatness. And you need to have time out to understand that making 6 and 7, 8, 10 figures is possible, but it requires you to be disciplined. It requires you to listen. It requires you to alter some conditions, circumstances, and places. I'm telling you this. You cannot go into an environment. My talk was moving from employee to employer. There's a big difference in the way you think as an employee versus an employer. There is no safety net. There is no check in 2 weeks. If you're an employer, you have to create it. You have to provide the conditions, the circumstances, and the opportunities to make it happen. And if you're afraid to speak your truths and your true purpose, your true going, then that's going to be a problem in your business. If you snap back on people and you know to smarten back off on people, then that's going to be a challenge in your business. If you're known for procrastination, and procrastination has its benefits and it has its not so much benefits and doesn't benefit as much. But you have to figure out, how does your procrastination prevent your productivity? What is your vision? What's your mission? What are the things you value? So if you know that, then you need to start listening more to within, understand the power of that, because when you begin to hear with clarity, that's when you'll be able to move forward. You won't be treading water. You won't just be standing in the same spot. You'll start moving forward with momentum. And then you'll start magnetizing more people that can support you. You'll start seeing yourself building up communities that actually are willing to do business collaborations, willing to do social building with you, willing to have relationships, willing to see your finances increase. It's a pattern. Listen, not that, man, Think and Grow Rich. One of the keenest things that I took away from the Think and Grow Rich legacy movie, right? I'll tell you about my one from the book, but in the legacy movie is that story of Henry Ford, his line where he says, "Do you think that some hick from a junkyard playing around with engine parts could create the combustible engine and have an incapability of processing thought?" So, because what he's saying is that I don't have to know everything. I just have to be willing to listen and know when it's time for me to call on the resources. A lot of us are missing that. We're missing that. But when you listen to the within, you are able to tap into a new level of greatness, a new level of honor, a new level of position, a new level of truth that reveals your greatest position and power. I can't say it any other kind of way than that. Listening before you move. That gut intuition. People call their gut their intuition. I just say it's within, because it's already, the codes that we need are already within us. There are no disconnections from the internal codes that we have that are for our individual lives, and sometimes require us to interact. That's why I do this, because I know that what happens is people see us on these stages and they see us in different places, and they go, "Oh, well, this person." I wasn't big on social media, but when I went this weekend, I was like, "Gee, I need to be on social media because That's right. People can see me, they can get to know me better, and it can increase my bottom line. And I can help people because that is the commitment. I'm trying to remove away the smoke and mirrors. Stop chasing a shiny ball and begin to pause for a second and listen to something that does make you have to focus. Focus is a requirement if you're going to progress forward. Thursday thought, the power of listening. What are you listening to? What are you surrounding yourself to visually and auditorily hear, see, feel, touch? What actions are you taking? The power of listening. Listening to myself when I said I'm only going to do this much, but I wouldn't stay for the whole 5 days. And staying for the whole 5 days opened me up to new conversations. It opened me up to having some time where I can rewrite some things and make some edits and create a program and maximize a program even more and combine some things and give people even more value in my programs that I offer and in my events. That's where we are. The power of listening. Who and what are you listening to? Are you listening to those subconscious thoughts that are fears and worries and doubts, disappointments, uncertainty? So I'll just share with you this. There's supposed to be uncertainty. Before you clicked your button, you were uncertain. I mean, you assumed that the computer would come on. You assumed that there would be a video there. You assumed that your password would work, right? So it's a new beginning every time. When you walk out your door, it's a new adventure. You're not aware if anything has changed or not. So go ahead and take the time to try something different, something new. Ask yourself the questions. What is it that I need to hear from within? Is my business fledgling because I have too much of an ego? Because I don't want to listen to other people. I can't trust other people because they're going to steal, or I can do it all by myself. Where's the team at? Where's the group? Where's the people that are going to support you? Mentally, you got to have somebody else to take away some of the busy work you've been doing. Working hard means you work hard. It means you're clear about what you're going to do. That's why I always say it's holistic. It's holistic. You might be successful financially, but are you successful in relationships? I can tell you right now, I was in a weekend with millionaires, 100,000aires, whatever, 6, 7 figure people and 2 figure people. And I can tell you that relationships was an issue, especially for the women in the room. Because something happens when we stop listening to the within. And so when we meet people, we are judging them and we are comparing them and we're competing with them instead of trying to collaborate and confirm with them. Sometimes a person is just in your life. Listen, a person may be in your life just to only open you back up to the possibility for the life that you really are going to have. But they need to come in to bring your attention and your awareness to something about you, something that exists in the world that you need to know about in order to fully grow, expand, and maximize who you are and what you are. That's it. Listening to the within, listening for the answers. And when the answers are coming and you're still unclear on what to do with it, reach out, talk to me. I have a 15-minute consultation. Believe me, a lot can get done in 15 minutes if you focus, if you're clear. Because if you get in a message and you say, hey, I've been told to open up this business. Hey, I'm being told to collaborate, do a joint venture. I've been told to, rename this, revamp this. Let's have a conversation. In 15 minutes, worst case scenario, in 15 minutes, you have greater clarity and you know where to go to next. Because there's always going to be the 4 steps. You get the vision. You got to apply some mind time where you can try to figure out the resources, see the resources, commit to agreement that you're going to have it. Then you have to put in some money time. Money time could be anything from having a coach, having a mentor. It could be going to a conference. It could mean going buying a book, a seminar, something that will allow you the opportunity to grow in that vision. So that number 4 step can come into place, which is action time. Action time looks like what it sounds like. Get your butt in action. Ask the right questions, access soul knowledge. Go ahead and begin to talk to people, interview people. Do you understand that a question costs nothing? And if you have to pay something, then you pay the little money you have to pay to get the access to get the correct information. Seriously. Our relationships with money, our relationships with people, our relationships with ideas about business and progress and success has to begin to change for the better. How does it change for the better? It starts with you listening to what really you need to be doing and prioritizing. Prioritize. What value are you ascribing to this new vision that's coming your way? Is it a vision that has to be implemented right away, or is it complementary to the current vision you have? Is it an expansion of that? Because here at Exponential Existence, that's what we're doing. We're looking for ways to expand using our power, right? Because we're the base, and then we have our exponent, which is our power. And we call that an infinity symbol because we're not limited. Nothing is withheld from us. Nothing, we're not without anything, and nothing is hidden from us. Everything is available to us once we trust the infinity of possibilities, the infinity of expansion, the infinity, because that expansion, when it stops with you physically, it goes on to your next generations. All right. It goes into your next generation. So listening to what that vision is, listening to people that are committed to have that opportunity to grow, and they respect it. Commit to success, respect your success. Look for opportunities to manifest your success every day. These are the things I say to myself every day, and I'm sharing with you. If you're listening, so that when I'm sitting here talking to you, it's triggering things in me subconsciously to say, hey, say this. And believe it or not, anything that is not supportive or alignment, you don't call judgment, you don't hold foul, don't call foul, cause no harm. And you just simply say, thank you for sharing. And you find to the next person, because again, if you listen, you won't go to your people, a lot of people that you normally run to. I explained to someone, they said, oh, remember your name coming up as being somebody who used to be in this particular network marketing. And I said, yes. When it first started, I was one of the ground people, and I made a lot of money because I realized very quickly how to do it. You get in, you get out. It's like playing poker. You get to the table, you win enough, you get up and you leave. Right? You don't keep sitting there betting and risking everything. You risk a small amount to get a reward that you desire. So tonight's conversation was about listening, getting a system in place that allows you to listen to the within, to begin to look at what is guiding you, what is pushing you, what is supporting you, what can be implemented in your life on a daily basis. And so I encourage you right now to consider the following. I want to make an invitation to you. It's a no cost invitation. All I want you to do is join my mailing list. I probably send out something about 3 times a month. We have an event coming up, so you might get a little bit more than that, because we do have 2 events that are coming up. Our March retreat in Sedona is 13th to the 15th. And then we have our Exponential Existence Live. I cannot wait. This is a revamping of the Success Masters I used to do, and Impact Success Masters and Success Frequency. We went back and we revamped it, and we just combined some things, and we want to give the bang for the buck. And what I find is that I think that people find themselves in business, wanting to do a business, but they're so driven to make the money, they forget to build themselves up. So one of the things we do, as I said, we help you to repurpose, leverage, and reclaim your thoughts, your beliefs, and your behaviors so that you can have a lifestyle of holistic prosperity. And we do that by walking you through this 5-step process that we're going to go through live. I'm going to walk you pretty much through this whole program in 2 days, and you're going to get a scaffolding, but yet you're going to get the benefit because I put in the meaty parts, right? I put in the parts that's really going to let you see what you can have in just 2 days and what will happen if you were to do that for 6 months or 12 months, right? With the guidance and support of me. Listen, my story came up when I spoke in Vegas. And one of the things they said was, they said, we remember you. I said, yeah, you the lady who lost everything, right? And used to walk across the bridge. I said, I did. I said, I had 5 children at home. when I was divorced. And I held on to everything for 3 years. And the way that I did that was I worked 2 jobs, right? But that was my ego forcing me to stay in this very expensive house to prove to my now divorced husband that I was still worthy enough, that he hadn't broken me. But actually he had, because he left me with this debt, and I'm trying to pay this exorbitant amount of money for a house and vehicles that it took both of us to do it, and we still were challenged, right? In some areas we had to really be on it. So I'm inviting you to come and take a journey with me, by joining my mailing list. I'm inviting you to comment on this video. I'm inviting you to share out this video. I'm inviting you to go to my website at exponentialexistence.com/connect. And I want you to connect with me. Give me your name, your email, your Facebook handle, and find me and participate with me. The power of listening is essential. If you're unaware of what to do, then it's hard for you to do things for the 100% greater good of you and all those you love. So I'm just inviting you to connect with me. Of course, I'm inviting you also to come out March 20th and 21st in Phoenix, Arizona. If you want to come out, you definitely can use the code revamped for you to get a general admission ticket. A general admission ticket at our discounted price. We are starting that because we are ready. We are ready. We need you in the house. We want you in the house. I want more people to be a part of it. You can also do a VIP ticket if you choose, but there is a revamp will get you a general admissions ticket into the event right now. All right. Thank you for joining me tonight here for the Thursday night. I am Dr. Marion Sister Afua, your holistic prosperity lifestyle alchemist of inner transformation. That's just what it is, right? And my company is Exponential Existence. Go to exponentialexistence.com. Follow me, join me. Listen, this is not meant to be a joke. This is meant to really encourage you. I'm stepping out on faith, and I'm going to share my message with more and more people this year, because I know that what I'm sharing is the real shit. I know that what I'm sharing impacts lives, because I have thousands of people who I can probably call up and ask them to come and tell you, and they'll tell you. I know that my life has grown exponentially, expanded exponentially, because I have been committed to my own processes and getting the help from mentors and coaches and trainers and putting myself in positions. But it also comes from me being humble enough to listen when they say, Marion, this is not for you. This is not for you. What you're doing right now is not for you. So you can let that go so we can give you something better that's more of a better fit for you. I told you a lot of times we're reacting to the world. A job, most of the times we're reacting to. If you don't love it, then you just reacted to your conditions that said you need to have food, water, shelter, and safety. So you wouldn't got a job to make sure that was covered. But now it's affecting you spiritually, emotionally, physically, socially, you're being impacted. You don't want to go to work. So listen to the within. Listen to that part of you within that is going to speak to you. If you're uncertain about what that might be and how to interpret that, reach out to me on my website at exponentialexistence.com/connect. The link is in the comments. You can also contact me there. Let's have a conversation. Let's master 2020 and beyond. Let's get beyond, this idea of ego or fear or worry that someone is going to judge you. I told you my motto is no judgment, no harm, no foul. It's time for us to make this money. It's time for us to have better relationships. It's time for our communities to be better. It's time for us to begin to have um, to leverage our spiritual connections, whatever it may be. It's time for us to begin to have better physical health. We shouldn't be going backwards. Our numbers shouldn't be getting higher around elements. We should be getting better. And so that requires you to commit, that requires you to put a system in place, that requires you to have support and guidance. And again, I'm offering myself to you today, no charge. Consultation, exponentialexistence.com/connect. Let me know you want to have a consultation. They'll send you a link and it will give you an opportunity to schedule an appointment with me. So until next time, y'all, remember that when things begin to cloud your way, make you feel like you just can't go on, stop. Scream out nice and loud. That's not my reality. And know that it's only a bad dream until you start to believe it to be true. Everything else is not your, and that's not your reality. So I will talk to y'all again real soon on next Thursday. Again, join me March 20th and 21st, but definitely go and join my mailing list so you can learn more about me. Come back and watch me again on Thursday. and check out some of my videos that are playing down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Talk to you soon.